Happy Saturday. Well, depending on where they're joining from.
That's true. Or Sunday morning.
Sunday morning. Welcome, everyone. Our NCA family or people outside of NCA.
Joining us for the first time. We're so happy to have you.
Very happy to have you. Comment down below where you're joining from. Let us know where you're joining from. I saw somebody say Nigeria. We'll just wait in the comments. Also, let us know if you can hear us. Can you hear us okay? Calgary, we see Calgary.
Ooh.
It will be morning in 4 minutes in Nigeria. Where in Nigeria are you joining from? Said I want to hear your voice. By the way, the song we're playing is Open Heavens by NCA Psalmist, the one and only.
Yes, best choir in Canada. Period.
You can stream it on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Where else?
Anywhere you can get music, stream it. Let's see. Yes, perfectly loud and clear. Awesome, good, awesome. Good. How's everybody doing? Abuja, awesome.
Amazing.
If you're just joining us, we're just commenting where you're joining the live from. Vegas, Nigeria, Calgary. So wherever you're joining from, put it in the comments.
We're happy to have you here.
So happy. So happy.
Now, for those of you that don't know why we are live, we'll get into it a little bit more in a second, but it has to do with Open Heavens. And if you don't know what Open Heavens is, I don't know where you've been.
But it's the largest free gospel concert in Western Canada. So, and it's going to be happening December 31st at the BMO Centre. So that's
in Calgary.
In Calgary.
Yes.
In Calgary, yes.
And somebody said, what are our names?
Okay, I'm Tolu.
And I'm Toby.
And we're going to be your
hosts for the day.
Yeah.
Welcome, more people joining. We're very happy to see you. Some people may have come from the story that we just posted. So I guess you kind of know what we're doing, that we are going live with Dan Bremnes, but we'll get into that later on. We just wanted to, chat with our NCA family first.
Before we get also, yes, we are.
Awesome. Well, we'll just keep playing
the
songs. And he's going to join in a few minutes and we'll be able to introduce him and just kind of get to know a little bit more about him. Dan Bremnes will be ministering at Open Heavens.
Yes, he will be. He's one of the 5 artists we have. So it's going to be an awesome time. If you don't have any plans for December 31st and you're in Calgary, or even if you want to come to Calgary.
Yes. People come in from far and wide. And even if you had plans, I don't know what better way to enter the new year than with Jesus. Thank you. I see the excitement. Can't wait. Let's go. That's exactly the energy that we need. While we're here, actually, do you guys know some of the other ministers that will be at Open Heavens?
Yeah, if you know them, put it in the comments and we'll see if you guys have been paying attention to the announcements.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I think we're less than 30 days to go. OHC 2024, yep.
Yeah.
I think it's
24.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
Tim Godfrey, exactly.
Yes. You've been paying attention.
Yes, you've been listening to the announcements.
Chevelle Franklin, yes, she will be in the building. A lot of people joining in. We can't wait.
So happy to have you. Sinach, yes. So we're so happy to have Sinach again. Ron Canoli. How can we forget?
God is good all the time. Dan Bremnes, of course. And we're going to get to meet him today, which is going to be a blessing.
Yes, it's going to be awesome.
Ron Canali is definitely going to be a great one.
He's going to be an awesome time. I'm so excited.
Dan Bremnes, I see some people are excited. I love this version of the song.
There is a stairwell session of Open Heaven, so if you want to go to our YouTube page and listen, it's a nice one.
It's phenomenal. Okay, so we'll give it a couple more minutes as more.
The NSA psalmists are going to be ministering too. Thank you, B-Sticks. Thank you.
The most important ministers of the night.
What song is this? This is the Open Heaven stairwell session. So like we said, if you want to go to the NSA Calgary YouTube account, you can see the session we did in the stairwells.
An amazing a cappella version. We're about to get into it. Dan Bremnes will join soon, and we'll be able to introduce him and let you know a little bit more about him. But we just wanted to start off with, connecting with our NCA family online. And we don't usually do these, so it's nice to get to talk. Actually, one question that I have, what's one thing that you're most looking forward to in or at Open Heavens 2024 specifically? And you can just put that in the comments.
All right. I think we see Dan is here. So I'm going to put some claps up for Dan Bremnes. Woo!
We're so happy to have you.
We're so excited. So like we said, this is a really special Instagram session this afternoon, this evening, wherever you are. And we're so excited to have you guys here with the incredibly talented Dan Bremnes. Woo! So for those of you who don't know, Dan is a Canadian contemporary gospel musician with songs like Wherever I Go, Up Again, and they're filled with heartfelt lyrics that really speak to faith, hope, and the beauty of life's journey. So Dan is going to get a chance to share with us all about his music, his creative process, how he preps for major events like Open Heaven. So without further ado, let's add Dan and let's welcome him with some claps and some screams and some shouts and some lights.
So happy to have you here.
We're just going to wait.
Yeah, we'll just wait for him to request to join, and we'll be able to add him in just a second. But we love the excitement. Invite you on, so just let us know when you see the notification. But we're really feeling the energy, so this is good. This is really
Hi.
How's it going, guys?
Hi.
Welcome. We're so happy to have you.
It's great to be here.
Awesome.
Where are you joining from, by the way?
I'm joining from Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, it's a little. It's 1 hour later here.
Okay.
And I was just about to just heading to my daughter's dance recital. So I popped off on the side of the road to talk to you guys. And
Well, thank
you for making the time. We're so happy to have
it's
you.
not as cold where you are.
it is not. It is not. But I know Calgary very well. I used to work there after I graduated high school in construction, and I know how cold it can get.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, no, you get it.
Yeah. We're actually currently experiencing a Chinook, so it was really, really cold the week before, and now the ice is melting, and we're enjoying
thankful.
it.
Oh, that's great. Those sunny Chinooks, right?
Yes, literally. But yeah, no, we're so happy you're here, and we'll just jump right into it.
Yeah. So one of the questions we have, the first one is, what really inspired your journey as a gospel artist, and how has your faith shaped the music that you release and the music that you create?
I mean, that's a great question. I started out as a punk rock artist, actually.
Wow.
And I was in high school recording music, and then I went and I did a mission trip with YWAM. Have you heard of them before?
Yes, we have.
So I did YWAM. I did it in Australia, and I kept getting asked to lead worship. And there was at one point I remember I was standing outside, and I just thought, I think I'm supposed to do this for different reasons than just trying to be a rock star. And that was sort of the start of a very long journey, right?
Yeah.
I love the story of Joseph. You know the story of Joseph, of course.
Yes.
Where he's got like this vision at the beginning of his life, right? He's young, he's got lots of energy, and he sees himself like as a rock star. Everyone's bowing down to him, and he kind of sees the end at the beginning, but it's a long journey, right? And like it took like 17 years for him to like actually walk into that whole thing. And by the time he got there, you know, he understood that it wasn't just about him. It was about like God had a bigger plan that was more than just him looking awesome and people like clapping for him, you know? And I feel like that's been the journey I've been on is like coming from this idea of wanting to be, you know, a rock star when I was younger, and God just bringing me on this journey of humility and realizing that I'm in this for a lot bigger reasons than just myself. And you know, it's about everybody that comes out. It's about, you know, the songs are should speak to, you know, the depths of our soul, and that's kind of my hope with that's the only reason I still do music is, you know, writing music that hopefully speaks to people on their journey, and probably on the same one as me. We're all on this journey of figuring out where God has called us to be, and it's a beautiful journey.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing.
That's so good.
That's a
That's
really
so
good
good.
story.
Wow.
Love the Joseph analogy as well.
I think Joseph is one of my favorite Bible stories because it's just like I love that you said that. All right, so let's get into.
And he's got a great coat. Everybody wants to have that coat.
Right?
Yes, yes, literally.
Right.
Actually, I guess I can ask the second one. Could you share a moment when you felt God's presence most powerfully or prominently while performing or creating music or recording music too?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, performing or creating. You know, there was a song that I'm releasing in about a month on January 17th. And it's a song called Started With You, and I was writing it in Los Angeles, and it was one of those, felt like a holy moment. It was like we were in this room for 14 hours, and I don't know how else to explain it. It was just powerful. It was incredible, and I'm really excited to release that song. And yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes, you know, writing music or doing whatever we all do, it can feel very mundane and boring and just normal. And that's how the day started. But sometimes, you know, I think what happens is we dig in, and as we push past our feelings, we get to some depth, and we never know when it's going to strike. It's like lightning.
Yeah.
What was the quote I heard once? God uses man power and man uses God power, or woman power, you know, like mankind. God uses us, and we use God. And there's those moments that we feel like we connect with God, and we don't know when they come and when they go. The Bible says it's like the wind, you know, it's like we don't know where it's coming and where it's going. It's just, we just do our thing, and it's hard sometimes not to be discouraged, but when it strikes, it strikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's really
That's
good.
so good. I saw one of the comments said, "Are we gonna get a sneak peek of the song at Open Heavens?"
I haven't sung it yet, but maybe, yeah. Maybe I could pull it out on the acoustic guitar.
You guys heard him say it, so he has to do it now.
You heard it.
Gotta do it now.
Exclusive.
That's right.
Oh, but that's amazing.
Yes.
And 14 hours is a long time to be in a room, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
So we're happy God came.
Yeah, God and Uber Eats.
Right?
I'll do it.
Yes. Okay, so the next question we have is how do you prepare spiritually before going on stage, especially for like major events like Open Heavens Calgary and other events that you've done before?
Yeah, another great question.
You are on our best 3 for 3.
Yeah.
I generally take a little walk, to be honest, and remind myself about all these things. You know, that it's not about me; it's about everybody that's there that night. And my prayer usually is like, you know, God, use me. Even if I feel nervous, God, use me in spite of myself, and you know, just go out and be myself. I think sometimes I tend to overthink things, you know, and I think sometimes the magic or the way that God uses us the most is when we just go out and be ourselves. And that's something I usually have to remind myself, like not overthink it, just go out and trust that, like, since it's not about me, but it is kind of about me, like, just be me, and then let God move and do what he want to do.
Yeah. The humility.
Yeah, no, that's good. And also a very good balance too.
Yeah.
It's not about me, but he is using me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's an honor to be used as a vessel, as we say here.
Very much so. Okay, well, next question would be, and hopefully you think this one's great too, but what message or theme do you hope to convey through your ministration, performance, all of the music that you will share at Open Heavens? What's like the big thing that you hope everyone gets?
I think it's probably the lesson I keep learning, to not give up, to not be discouraged. I love Joshua 1:9. It says, I'm just blanking for a second. Be bold, be courageous. Don't be afraid, because the Lord your God goes with you wherever you go. I think it's so easy for us to be, led by our feelings, and we can be discouraged. But I think I keep coming back to this idea of just don't give up. Don't beat yourself up. God's not here to beat you up. We're here to learn lessons and keep going, and that's where we really see some incredible things happen, is just by staying in it.
That's good.
That's good. You got good answers. Okay, so the next question we have here is, how do you stay connected to your faith and grounded in ministry while working in the music industry? Because we've heard so much about that particular industry. So how do you stay grounded and stay connected to your why,
Well, I think for me, it's probably, I read a lot, and when I come home, I try to spend as much focused time as I can with my kids, and just being a normal person, because that's all I am. That's all we all are. So, again, I think, like, embracing my own humanity. I'm just a human being. I take out the trash. I cook. I put my kids to bed. I worry about things. Fill up my car with gas. Like, realizing how human I am, and I think how limited we are. I was reading just about this idea of us accepting our limitation, and how, if God is all-knowing, all-powerful, and everywhere, what is the one thing God lacks? The only thing God lacks is limitation. But it's actually our very definition. We are not God. We are absolutely limited. We're not everywhere all at once. We don't know everything. We're not perfect, and we're not very powerful. So, like, just embracing my humanity and realizing that I'm no superhuman. I'm no super Christian. I'm just a person.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's so good.
That's good. Yeah. I like that.
I love that. Yeah, it's just remembering your humanity, remembering who God is.
Yeah, in the mix of everything. Yeah. And kind of like hopping off of that question, is there a particular Bible verse or story, which I feel like you kind of alluded to with the story of Joseph, but that inspires you when you write new songs more specifically?
Well, I think it's different in different seasons, probably. Like, the last album I wrote is totally different than this album. And I think probably for this one, I don't know if there's a specific verse, but for me, it's a lot of it has been coming back to the important, like, foundations of what my faith is made up of. I grew up in a pastor's home. I went to church every single Sunday. I went through a season of my life where I didn't feel like I even believed in God anymore. And so this has been like a time of just coming back to, like, what is still there, and what is still good. And I think we go through those seasons in our life where our faith gets shaken to see where the foundation is, right? Because we can have a lot of stuff on there that just doesn't need to be there. So yeah, I think that's where I'm at for this one, is just coming back to what's real, to what's good, and to what has stayed. And it's really been the best time I've ever had writing music. So I'm really happy to share.
We're so excited to hear that one.
Yeah, very. That's amazing. Thank you for answering that.
That's a good one. So the next question we have here is, what role do you think gospel music or Christian contemporary music plays in bringing people closer to God, especially when we're entering in a new year, like when it's that period where we're just about to cross over? Like, what do you think the role is that music plays in that environment, that time?
Well, for me, music's always been like pretty big. Like I said, growing up in a pastor's home, I had a sort of a different faith journey. I didn't like get saved like a lot of people get saved. I was kind of born into it. So
Yeah.
for me, it was actually music that really changed my life. And I remember realizing, I was like, yeah, around when I was 17, like, man, I know a lot about God, but I don't know God. And I think we can find ourselves in that place, especially being in the church all the time. And for me, it was music. And I would just turn on, at the time, it was like Delirious and like worship music, and something would happen, and it started to shape and change my life. And that's all I can say, is it's just a powerful tool that can change us. Music gets into us, and it does good things, it does bad things. And I think something about worship music and gospel music is it can really pull you from a dark place and speak to you in a way that nothing else can.
Yeah. Fellow pastor's kids here. Being born into it, but finding God on your own through music it's awesome. That's when I feel personally closest to God. During worship, moments of worship, praise, that kind of thing.
And stepping into the new with it is huge. Yeah. But you've talked a lot about like creating for people and being used as a vessel. What is one way that fans or your followers can pray for you, support your ministry as you continue to share the gospel honestly?
I mean, that's a great question. I don't really know. I mean, just to all the things I guess we're talking about, just the strength to keep going and not be discouraged. I think it's easy for all of us to just really be discouraged, especially in these past years. It's been really tough,
Yeah.
It feels like there's a lot to face. So just the strength to keep going.
No, that makes a lot of sense. And so you guys heard it here first, and we'll definitely be praying alongside you there. And I know that we've been getting some questions in the comment section. If you guys want to ask Dan some questions, we'll be able to ask it on your behalf, but you could just comment them down below. But go ahead.
All right. The next question we have here is, what are some of your personal goals or prayers for the upcoming year, both in music and ministry and all that?
Music and what, sorry?
Ministry.
Sure. Well, yeah, I am releasing a bunch of new music, so obviously it's encouraging when people listen to it. So, but I don't know if I have. I've had other years where I've had a lot of big goals. This is one of the first years where I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to take things day by day, and I'm just going to like more just be led in the moment. Although there's a lot of plans, there's a lot of release dates and there's a lot of things on the calendar. I'm trying not to get too caught up in the details and just kind of flow with it.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Okay, we'll definitely be listening. We have a question from someone. It says, "What's your favorite thing about songwriting?"
When it's over. It's so hard to write a song. You're just like, it's such a wrestle. I find like all of my insecurities come up when I write a song. So you're really, facing a lot of things. But, when it's done and you have something that you love, there's no better feeling in the world like finishing a song that you're proud of. So it's really just like getting through it and fighting and finding that gem,
Yeah.
Very rarely do songs come quickly for me. I have to really fight. Sometimes 3-4 full days to get a song. So yeah.
Wow.
There is a song actually on this record that we did spend. There was 3 of us and we spent 4 full days writing that song.
Wow.
It was painful, but I think it's the best song on the album. So
it's always worth it. And as your listeners, we would have never guessed. that it takes that much. No, that's really good. And if there's no other questions here right now, I'll just ask my last question was, can you share a testimony or story where one of your songs deeply impacted someone's life that you may know or that was shared with you?
Well, there's two songs that come to mind. There's a song I wrote called "Where the Light Is." I know it looks like I'm in prison right now. This is just a weird noise behind me. And there's another one called "Hold You Tight." And there's been a few times that people have reached out and just said that, that song came at a time where they felt like taking their life, and they happened to turn on the radio and it was there. So to me, that's like, the ultimate. That's amazing. Something I could never plan, but such an honor to be, a part of that person's life and story.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So
That's
good.
amazing.
Okay, we have one question online. It says, as a songwriter, do you start, or when you're writing a song, do you start with the chorus, or do you start with the melody or the lyric?
Well, it just totally depends. I think it's always different. Sometimes I come in with the song title and just kind of work around it. Sometimes it's just like a little melody on the piano or guitar. So I know this is kind of vague, but it really is different every time. For
Yeah.
this album, I didn't, kind of like we were talking about before, not having a big plan. I just kind of came in with no plans each day, and we started with the first word and melody, and just wrote from there. So I think it's different all the time, and I think the variety is what probably makes it interesting.
Yeah, that's true.
No, that makes sense. Would you say, and this is reading from the comments, would you say you have a personal favorite song that you've written? And I guess throwing this in there too, what's your all-time favorite song from you or someone?
Well, I do. I am a big fan of "Where the Streets Have No Name" by U2. Just haven't. I don't think we can beat it yet. I think it's an amazing song. I think for myself, the song I'm releasing next month is probably my fave. It's the song called "Started with You."
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
We'll keep an eye out for that one.
That's next month. That's January
17th, you said?
Yep, January 17th.
Okay, this one says, who has had the most influence on your style of songs?
That's a great question. I think it's changed over the years. I mentioned Delirious. They were like a band that I loved when I was younger. I also loved like Jars of Clay. I loved Lifehouse. I loved, who else was there? I'm sure there's more, but yeah, that probably summed up a lot of my early influence. Beyond my punk rock stage, of course.
All right. This is the last one we're gonna take, and it says, what does it say? I can't find it.
What is it called?
It says, how many albums do you have out
Right now.
currently?
Well, so 1, 2, 3. I think I have 4. Well, I grew up in Canada. I live in the States now, but record releases since I came to the States, I think I have 4. And then in Canada, 2. An album called Your Strength, and then like one that briefly got released called Light My Way. So I guess you could say like 5.5.
That's good.
That's good. That's a lot too.
That is a lot. All right, looking for any more questions?
I think we got them all.
We're all good.
Yeah.
All right, we just want to say thank you so much, Dan, for joining us. We had an awesome time chatting with you.
Very much so.
Learning a bit more about you. We're so excited to have you at Open Heavens Calgary 2024 on December 31st at the BMO Centre. So we're just happy to have you here.
It's going to be amazing.
It will be. It will be. Thank you. We're glad you're excited. Everyone in the comments saying looking forward to your live ministration. Oh, someone said my daughter's a huge fan. Awesome.
Amazing.
Well,
thanks guys for hanging out.
Yeah.
I know we can let you go back to your daughter's dance
recital. Yes. On time.
Thank you guys. Have a great night. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. See ya.
Well, guys, that was
alrighty, guys.
Amazing.
Thank you for joining us.
That was really good. And you guys didn't leave us alone out here. You were with us throughout, so thank you.
Thank you guys so much. for
There were a
joining
few
us.
comments.
Did we miss anything?
No, I think that was all.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, once again, I want to say thank you guys for joining this live. Thank you for the support. We have another live with Chevelle happening soon, but you'll see that when we post it.
So we'll do this all again with Chevelle.
All right. Bye, everybody. Have a good night or a good
Bye.
morning, wherever you guys are.
See ya.